Good morning, everyone. This is Sunday morning, and I have been wearing my robe for 3 or 4 days. Okay, just staying warm. Okay, I layer. I have my pajamas underneath and then a robe on top. And I wanted to come in and let you know I slept in this morning. Chico and I were just snuggling in bed together. I'll be right back. I got a question for y'all. Well, Chico and I have a question for y'all. How many of y'all get your nose dried up when it's cold? Mine does, and it starts the very first day that it's cold outside, and it just does not stop. And I sneeze like crazy. My nose gets irritated, and it just like my nose bleeds, but it's not like a flow of blood, okay? It's like more like things just it just seeps out long enough for it to scab, and that's what's causing me to sneeze. But and I know it has to do with the heat, all right, and the heat in the house, using the heater. And so I just turned the heater on because it's getting cold, and Chico loves to spend time in my lap and get off of the floor. And so we're going to be spending a lot of time together with him in my lap. But I wanted y'all to know that I'm up and around this morning. It's Sunday, and I will be doing a live rather than releasing a video today. And we're having coffee this morning. Chico and I are, and we're really enjoying each other. During this cold snap, he's up in my lap quite a bit, just to keep his paws off of the floor. And I'm going to get in there, and today what I'm going to be doing this morning is I am hungry for pancakes. And so I have this recipe it's a go-to recipe called cream cheese pancakes. And I'm going to make these this morning. I'm going to make a double recipe. And so I'll have some extras that I can just pop in the microwave. And it'll use a whole like a whole package of cream cheese. And so I have 4 packages of cream cheese in there that I need to get used up. So that's what I'm going to make this morning, and I will be using a couple of those along with my eggs and bacon in the this morning. And when I say this morning, it's 11 o'clock in the morning, and so I'll be eating probably around noon. And yeah, we're going to get in here and we're going to get some pancakes made this morning. So join Chico and I as we go and cook, okay? And you can see he's shivering. And it's not as cold as it has been. And so that's why I spend a lot of time with keeping him up in my lap, is so that we can stop the shivering for him. I know when I shiver, it's painful for me, and I can only imagine that it could be painful for him. So let's get in the kitchen and let's get some cream cheese pancakes made. I told you we're gonna get in here. I have my blender out because it says to use a blender or a food processor. So I got the blender out, and we're gonna come in and we're gonna chunk up this 8 ounces of cream cheese. Put it into the blender first. And basically what you do is take all the ingredients and throw it in a blender and blend it up. That's basically what you do. I'm doubling the recipe. And yep, that's Chico. He's running through the house behind me. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut this 8 ounces of cream cheese into chunks, so it'll break down easier inside the blender. cleaned off. Cleaned it off. And then put my hands down. 8 eggs go in here because we're doubling it. The recipe calls for 4 ounces of cream cheese, 4 eggs. I'm going to double it, so it's going to be 8 eggs and 8 ounces, a whole package of cream cheese. So let's get the 8 eggs in here. I really want this to go down in there. Okay. There we go. Now, 1. Let me pull the trash can over here because we're going to be busting a bunch of eggs up. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Didn't think about it, so I started cracking the eggs. I should have put it in another container just in case I got eggshell in there, but I was careful. No eggshells ended up in there. 8 eggs are in there. I'm putting the eggs away. And I'm going to put my apron on. I need to have my apron on. And next ingredient is 2 tablespoons of sweetener, 2 teaspoons of sweetener. I'm going to put 4 packages of, no, I'm going to use my liquid stevia in here. And I'm going to do 4 squirts. 4 squirts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Teaspoon of cinnamon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 teaspoons because I'm doubling it. 1, 2. All right. And then it calls for 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to use this Mexican vanilla because I have a lot of this Mexican vanilla. And so I'm going to use this up. Typically you use regular vanilla, but this is what I have. 1, 2. Okay. It's in there now. We're going to put the lid on it. Let me get this trash can out of the way. Okay, we're going to put the lid on it and we're going to blend it. And I'll bring you back when I got it blended up. All right, I have it blended up and I'm bringing you in to show you that I have the griddle going. And this is an old griddle that I have had for probably 15 or 20 years. And I absolutely love this griddle. I do have a griddle that goes in the center of the oven as well, center of the stove as well. But this one's already out. It's one of my favorite griddles. It's been seasoned up really, really well. And so I'm going to get in here with a ladle, and we're going to, this is going to make, the recipe says that each recipe makes 2 servings. So this is going to make 4 servings. So once I get this done, I'm going to divide it up into 4. And yeah, and I'm going to use a ladle. Once this gets hot enough for me. It is almost noon now. And so, yeah. And I'm just going to come in. And remember that this is more of an egg base, so the batter on it is not going to be really well. And so I'm going to come in and just put one smack in the middle. Get out a plate to put these all on. These are one of my favorite Verda meals, and I'm going to get back into making Verda friendly meals, a variety of things using the stuff that I have on hand. And we're going to start with these pancakes because I have the cream cheese, I have the vanilla, I have the cinnamon, and the stevia. I have that. So let me get a spatula. So I had all the ingredients for this, and so we're going to get in here and we're going to cook these up. And I'll come back when I have some of these made up, or maybe even all of them. I'm bringing y'all in to show you how this is going. They taste good, by the way. I did have one. Now I'm using a butter, stick of butter, and 1 ladle of the batter. And I'm just continuing to do this over and over again until I get 4 servings of this done, which is going to make quite a bit of pancakes, by the way. See, I want y'all to see how it sets up and it's not sticking to the pan. That's what I was looking for. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and now flip. Oh, I made a mess. That's all right. Watch what I do. I'll just draw that stuff back right in. Right into the center. like that. I'll continue until I get this all done. Good afternoon, everyone. Well, I'm finally getting to my breakfast. It's almost 1 o'clock. It is 12:40, and I'm having the last little half cup of coffee that I have. And this made 5 servings. It was supposed to make 4, but I stretched it to 5. And so I'll do the math on it when I get into my office. I could add syrup onto it if I wanted to, but to be honest, I sweetened it enough with the stevia that it doesn't need anything. And so the way I like to eat these is just roll them up, just like this. And eat them just like this. That's the way I like to eat them. Now, you could actually add fresh fruit on top of it and roll it, fresh fruit and whipping cream, and then roll it up. You can add pretty much any topping you want onto it. But one serving of this has 9 grams of carbs. And so that's just about what I want for breakfast. But since I stretched it to 5, it's less than 9 grams of carbs. And so I want y'all to see in the background, right there is Chico. He's not bothering me at the table. He's already eaten 2 helpings of his dog food. Sorry, my nose has been running. Okay. And it just runs and runs, so I'm going to take a little piece of a napkin and do that. And then in my purse, I have, and I keep it all times, hand sanitizer. Use it everywhere I go. There's just so much, let me put this back on there so when I go out I have it. There's so much, like the flu, the cold, they have so many of those things, like epidemic wise in Texas right now, that I'm really just careful about making sure I keep my hands sanitized. And so you can eat it plain just like that. You can, if you want to, I'll give you a few little ways that you can eat it. Put a little bit of syrup on it if you want. And then I'm spreading it out over the pancake. And roll it up. I need it that way. So now you know why I buy a lot of cream cheese. Because it's one way I can make bread. And it's carb friendly. Without the wheat. And another way, I'll be right back. You can have this is, I have right here those strawberries that I bought and the blueberries that I found in my freezer. Well, I took the blueberries out, thawed them out, a small bag of them, and I can take a few strawberries. This is not even a whole strawberry, maybe one strawberry. And a little bit of these blueberries. Not a lot. Put the lid on this. And then come in with, this is whipped cream. I've had it in the refrigerator for a few days, so it's kind of lost its fluff. It was pretty thick and fluffy, but it's kind of lost that. It does that over time. That's okay. And I can put a little cream in there. It's sweetened with stevia. And then fold it over like this. And you can either pick it up and eat it like a sweet taco, or you can cut it like this. And that's one way you can have these pancakes. Now, if you don't like the cinnamon that I put in it, which I do, I like cinnamon and it's good for you too. If you don't like it, you can leave it out. This is good. Now, the batter itself is not thick enough to add like blueberries into it, but you could make a blueberry compote sugar-free and put it on top of it. There's a lot of things you could do. I canned up some blueberries, so I have blueberries on the shelf as well that are shelf stable. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use up the frozen ones first. And get those out of the freezer. This is so good. And now that I've cut the carbs down by stretching out these pancakes, I can add in a sliced up strawberry and a little bit of blueberries and cream. I can add a little bit of syrup if I want to. Or I can eat them straight up without anything. Mm. This is so good. Those fresh berries and this, really good. Now, I'm gonna move away from using store-bought bread and start making keto-friendly bread. Even if I get it from the food bank, I'm gonna pass it on to somebody else who could use it, and I'm gonna start using the keto-friendly stuff. And show you create keto-friendly things, even though that bread that I have right now in my refrigerator is kind of keto-friendly. I can have one piece of it and it's 9 carbs, as long as I keep it to just the bread itself and the eggs and the bacon. And the reason that I divided this up between 5s is because I may want to go and get some of my bacon. And so I'm stretching out these pancakes from 4 servings to 5. Okay, I could even stretch them out even further if I wanted to. Right now there's 3 pancakes per serving, where typically it would have been 4 pancakes per serving. And so, plus, you know, I did eat 1.5, okay, while I was cooking them. So today was a little bit more than a serving, but that's all right. And I'm finishing up my coffee, and then we'll move on to what I plan to cook for dinner tonight. And I'm going to take you over to the kitchen sink, and I'll show you what I'm going to plan on cooking for dinner tonight. So today what I'm going to be cooking is this 1 pound of turkey cutlets, breast cutlets, and I'm going to be frying them up, and that's going to make 4 servings. So it's going to make 4 meals for me, and then I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do on the side. I could do a bowl of soup, of the broccoli cheddar soup. I do have that bean and meat soup, 1 serving left, so I could have that on the side. So we'll see what I get into to make sides for this. But this is going to be the main course for the next 4 days, is these turkey cutlets. Oh, how did I do that? Okay, so now that I've done the charcoal mask and I've toned my face, I'm going to come in with this mask. And this is Purulisse Blue Lotus and Seaweed Treatment Sheet Mask. And so I'm going to treat my skin with a intense moisturizing cream. And I'm going to look on it to see how long I have to leave it on. And it says 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to leave it on 20. So I might as well use it. And then there's going to be some cream left inside these packets. If you don't know that already, there should be some cream left inside them. And you can use that as a moisturizer later on in the evening and into tomorrow if you want to. I generally do that. And so I'm going to do everything I can to make sure Chico does not get his little paws on this as well. And it's just a mask that you open up and place on your face. Okay. So carefully, without getting it in your eyes, place it on your face, along your nose. And I'm going to leave it on for 15 to 20 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 20 minutes.
Good afternoon, Sue. 20 minutes, starting now.
And I'll see you in 20 minutes. Okay, so the timer went off, so we're going to peel this off. And basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and come in and just rub the rest of this lotion on my face. And we're going to let it soak. I'm going to go down my neckline as well. And we're going to let it soak. Let it soak in. This mask was so cool and refreshing while it was on. It was so nice and cool and refreshing. I'm really glad I did that for myself today. But I'm not done. I told you it was going to be a day of pampering. I washed my hair. My hair is now, I can take it down and let it finish drying. Because I wanted to put it back while I was taking care of my face. And then the tips are still wet on my hair. Okay, so I do like to let my hair naturally dry. And so I'm going to let that finish drying. And then I'm going to do a foot soak today as well for myself. Because I do have all the stuff to do a foot soak. But I just never get around to doing it. I just don't take the time to do it. And so I think I'm going to do it, a couple of times a month to use. I do have foot soak like beads, okay? And I also bought the Epsom salt from Dollar Tree. And so I'm going to do that for myself later on this evening. And it's going to be kind of a opportunity for me to pamper my feet tonight. And so I also have a live to do with y'all, so I'm looking forward to that as well. So, and I'm cooking the turkey, so I am going to go take a nap for sure before I get all this done. All right, but I'll take you along. I will.